So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34.
Hall to throw it.
Eluding the pressure right. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Tackle made by Deidre Sinnott. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now Hall.
Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Christian McCaffrey.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Vikings are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Daniil Hunter in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Another sack. They'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away.
This is fielded at the 27. Taking it right down Broadway. And how about this? He takes it all the way back. No time, no flags. A punt return touchdown and a stunning end of the first half.
And they kicked it to him. They kicked it to him. When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for them.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. But he will not get the 2 points. He stopped up short, and that is how this first half will come to an end.
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Glenn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Green Jack. Go, take it to the house. Bench ready.
Hall.
Escaping the pressure right. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Quickly to Hopkinson.
And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Throwing here is Hall.
Flush to his right. His throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Vikings just continue to roll.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
First down, here's the run with Cook.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after it.
Cousins from the gun on third. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. He'll look to set up his blockers. Unable to corral him. He fights through.
A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. There's a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun, because let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Here's Hall.
Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson
with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Vikings continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now.
And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for two, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
So out come the Bucs now.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Well, 2 snaps ago, I don't think anyone thought a safety was on the table, yet it happened. They cut him on back-to-back plays, breaking through the line. No amount of evading was going to save him from a sack on either play. And on the last one, he ran too deep into the end zone to set up the safety.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Here's Hall.
Touchdown! T.J. Hawkinson. A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Vikings are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now Cousins. And he couldn't square up to throw there, and it falls incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing is Cousins. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at about the 14. Very good return that time. 18 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our teams.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
67 yards.
And the Vikings continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th.
I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Receiver downfield. Offense.
That penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Minnesota. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Here's Cousins. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Taking it about the 36. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Ready?
Now it's Hall.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Cousins to throw it.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly.